The Mould people, they arrived on time and earlier than before I've gotten there. So I've just given them the code to get in and get cracking with that. I've been saying to Cindy, like, we're gonna get 100-inch TV, and she said that's too much TV. But listen, I think that you can never have too much TV. New booking, 7 nights. Let's see where and when. One thing I'll probably speak to the cleaners about is just making sure that these are ironed. As you can see, they're not really ironed, and that's something that's been a pet peeve for us. I was meant to actually meet one of our builders here because we're thinking about potentially, with the renovation as well, looking at ways to add value and create some space in here as well. Remember there was a situation in 601 where I think there was still rubbish in the bins?
Oh yes.
Yeah, so there was that situation there. Morning guys, what's good? What's going on? So today you're gonna join me as we go to one of our flats, one of the SAs that we've got in London, and we've had a few issues that's been going on with it, and I'm gonna take you through that. But one of the issues that we've been having is mold issues that have been happening in the property. Now, the reasons as to why were, at the beginning, they were unknown, because again, this is a property that me and Cindy actually lived in. And although we had certain issues with certain things, when turning the property into an SA, we put certain things in place to kind of deal with that. So when we were renovating the place and everything, we changed the extractor fan, we changed some of the doors and the locks and stuff like that, so that the circulation around the place was fine, right? Now, this property has been running for over a year, definitely over a year. And this type of issue tends to come obviously in the winter. Now, we had a long-term guest who was staying in there over a month, and for whatever reason, they didn't say anything. Not until the cleaner went in and had a look at the situation and then thought, oh my God, like, it's terrible. Do you know what I mean? So we've had to get mold specialists in there, damp specialists, to have a look and see what's going on. Thankfully, the results of it was much better than we thought, because anyone knows, if you're dealing with damp or anything like that, how costly those treatments can be. This one, thankfully, at the moment, is not looking very costly. We called out the mold specialists, and they done like their initial investigations and everything, and they found that there's no moisture in the walls, there's no areas for damp or anything like that. The issue that was happening was that the extractor fan in the bathroom and the kitchen wasn't working. Apparently, that moisture will try and attach itself to the coldest place in the room, so most of the time that will be outside through an extractor fan, and it'll just put the air outside. But if it hasn't got that, then it will attach itself to the coldest place in the room, and that might be in the corner of a room next door, in the corner of that room or whatever, and then that's how mold starts to build up. So that's something that we now have to work out fixing, and we also need to get treatment done so that we can remove the mold safely, and we can also do what we need to do in order to kind of rebrand and do some stuff. So there's some other things that need to get done. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you down there. In fact, I'm even going to pass by IKEA, because there's a few things I need to get on my way there, and then head to the flat, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So just getting to IKEA now, the iconic 2 towers and that. So at the moment, just a little update. Yeah, our editors just sent us the latest podcast episode to have a look and review. So I'm just gonna have a look at that, make sure that everything that we asked for is done and as we want. I think this is going to be the 3rd episode that's come out, and yeah, working with this person's been a joy so far. So yeah, hope for them to continue up the good work. Do you know what? I think I've even come the wrong way. One thing that I hate about IKEA is that what I need to grab is halfway through. Yeah. So you know how IKEA, you have to go through the different sections, like 1 to like 17 or something like that. What I need to pick up is on section like 10 or section 11 or something like that. I only need one thing, which means that I now need to walk right the way through and pick up that one thing, and then I can't just go straight to the exit. I've got to then walk right the way through, follow the signs and everything. It's just so annoying. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go pick up. Some curtains as well, because we're going to change over the curtains. What's going on? Okay, so IKEA is technically only half open, so you can't go beyond there, which is where I need to go to get the curtains. So I'm going to try and go to Dunelm and then get some extra bits from there. So I'll have a look to see what they've got.
been searching for time, so let me know which one do you think. So what looks best? This one or this one? One's 40, one's 50, sorry, 45. Let's have a look. You know what? I think I might have to go with this one. I might have to go with that one.
Yes. So picked up a nice curtain, but I actually came here because I thought it was cheap. So I've just paid £90 because the ones that I even told you that I was gonna get, imagine that was just for one. So I've just picked up this one instead, which is a double. Again, it's the same thing, £90, because the other ones were 45 for a single anyway. But I thought these ones looked better. So yeah, we're gonna go and install that now. The Mould people, they arrived on time and earlier than before I've gotten there. So I've just given them the code to get in and get cracking with that. So they're gonna do what they need to do. I'm just gonna drive around to B&Q now because I need to get a little sample paint kit, because one of the walls that had mold on it, right, it's a dark grey, and the issue with that is that when they treat the mold, it comes out as a white block, and obviously anyone who goes in there after that is going to be able to see that, which is not what we want. So I need to get something that is going to allow me to just quickly paint over it, because what we want to do is change the colour to one of the same colour as one of the other rooms, which is soft truffle, which is kind of like a beigey colour. But we're not going to have time to do that because we've got someone checking in later on this evening. So when the guests who are coming in now check out, then we're going to go in, do a very strong renovation of the place, just because it's needed it. And when we go there, you're going to see exactly why it's needed it. But the next stop is going to be B&Q to go and get the paint samples. So I need to return this because at the moment we've got like some wax on the floor, and through the wear and tear and high traffic obviously that comes with service accommodation, it started to look tacky now, but because we've been so booked up, we haven't had the time to be able to get in there and remove it. I was going to buy this to remove it, but then having a look at it, I think we're going to just redo the whole flooring anyway. So yeah, so we're going to return this. But another thing that I need to get is the tester paints, like I said before, and I should refund the wax or the wax remover. So I got £10.90 back, and I got what I needed and gave back what I didn't. So all in all, good days. Then we're gonna move on to Costco now. Oh, just realised. Yeah, we're gonna go to Costco now. I just had a little thought because I left my wallet at home, which has the Costco card in it. But chances are they're gonna need a new one anyway. So I just need to get to the front desk and then pay for the renewal for that, and then head to the flat. So I just renewed my Costco membership card. So I said I wasn't going to get anything, but then now I thought, let me get some food now that they gave me a temporary pass. And then this bit always stops me, like the TVs, the glorious TVs. Like, I don't know, I've been saying to Cindy, like, we're gonna get a 100-inch TV, and she said that's too much TV. But listen, I think that you can never have too much TV. So let me know in the comments if you think that a 100-inch TV in the living room is too much. Went into Costco to go and renew my membership. Came out with a pizza and a drink. But you know what? I deserve it. I can't lie. I deserve it. Cindy mentioned something this morning that I thought was interesting. So she was speaking with someone who was offering out a booking, right? To book for like 21 nights or something like that, 3 weeks. And this person can't accommodate. Cool. Now, this person has offered out this booking to other people. Cindy's reached out. Someone else has reached out who we're in contact with and work with as well. Now, everything's good. But then Cindy notices that when they give them the price, that price includes 10% commission. So this person has slapped on or even taken away commission from the amount for the booking, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, Cindy made a valid point of, you shouldn't be like, oh, hold up, got a phone call coming in. So that's the mold specialist done. I'm gonna go and check, but I don't want to go in there too soon just because I know the fumes are still going up and around. But what was I saying? Yeah, so it begs the question, like, if you're handing over bookings, should you be slapping on your own commission on top? Yeah. Now, I understand that there's certain times where it's necessary. Like, for example, if this is someone from your own client base that you've put time and effort in to, you know, to acquire, and you just can't host them. Yeah. Or they're looking for, let's say, for example, you're operating in Reading and this person that's spoken to you is looking for accommodation in Milton Keynes. Now you're doing the back and forth to go and find accommodation for this person. You've earned that. You've earned the commission then. But if it's just a request that's come through like one of the booking platforms like Airbnb or something like that, I don't think that you should be slapping on 10%. That's why I do think it's wild that people do that. There's certain circumstances when those things are actually, you know, warranted, and it's like, yeah, this is a booking that you've worked hard for. It's just unfortunate that you can't accommodate it. But if it's just falling in your lap, come on, man. I understand, make your money and everything like that, but make it make sense. But yeah, that's that for that. What have I got now? So I'm gonna just head over to, oh, what's this from Pulse? Let's have a look. Oh, new booking, 7 nights. Let's see where and when. So that's for next Thursday. And for some reason I'm outside and there's one bar, so I can't even see when it is or how much. But listen, it's a booking, so perfect. Alright, so we're just getting into the apartment now. So as you can see, the lights are off at the moment. Our cleaner's actually done quite a nice job, because you see this this bathroom, if you saw what it was like before and the quick refurb that me and Cindy done, honestly, it was fantastic, if I do say so myself. I love little things like this, yeah, because we didn't tell them to do this, or we told them that we want them to do it, but you know, obviously sometimes, you know, when you tell people that you want them to do certain things and they don't do it, it's just like, you know, that's just the nature of the game when it comes to cleaners. But yeah, I feel like the cleaners really done a good job of just making it seem like really hotel-esque. Do you know what I mean? So we've got a little bit of that. But yeah, no, it's all looking good, all looking good. This property's actually gone through so many different types of renovations, you know. So initially, when we took it over from a tenant that we had in here, she painted it all white. When we came in, we thought, all right, let's try and give it a little something. So we painted it all this color here. And you know what? A lot of people, if I say that, people are probably thinking, nah, that's dead. But it actually worked, right? So we had the hallway that color. And then we also painted the floor with this wax that I told you. You can see the original color here, and then where the wax has come now. So we were gonna take that off, and we've taken that off, as you can see here. But in taking it off, obviously it damaged quite a bit, and we didn't get around to doing here and in that room there. So this room was kind of done as well. And then we've obviously got the other part as well. But the thing is, yeah, alright, so when you're looking at different mistakes that we made when we did this, initially it was all good and everything, in terms of having all this on there. But eventually, after a while, as you can see, like when it starts to peel off, we were better off just keeping it as this color. And people liked it initially. And to be honest, it hasn't been much of an issue. It's only been an issue for one guest, and she was making a meal out of it. Just having a look as well, I think one thing I'll probably speak to the cleaners about is just making sure that these are ironed. As you can see, they're not really ironed, and that's something that's been a pet peeve for us. But again, as you can see, everything else, they set it up so nicely. Do you know what I mean? Another thing as well is that we've got zip link beds, but we've got them on wheels. Next time, I think what we'll do is put them on, or buy some gliders so that they don't move around so easy. I can't do it right now, I've got the one hand, but so I need to change these. You've got the garden out there. I can still smell the chemicals. Imagine, look what's happened to my jacket. Where is it? Down there. So I need to get home and wipe that off as soon as before it settles in. In here you've got, again, the kitchen. So that's the automatic fan that I spoke to you guys about earlier. What we do want to do in here though is, or me personally, is we might change all this back to white, and then all this here, paint that in like white furniture paint, so that it's just a brand spanking new white kitchen and it just looks fresher. So yeah, so that's part of what we've got going on. And then obviously you've got don't watch it, the chair on the sofa. But yeah, a few things that we've got planned to do in here, to be fair. So that's the back garden. Again, we need someone to come out here and just sort that out, clean that up. But that's just leaves, and that's from that big ass tree that's there as well. But yeah, I think one thing that we definitely want to do is change this, because this isn't a sofa bed. If this could be a sofa bed, you could get more people in here. That means that at the moment our occupancy is about 6, and we would be able to get 8, possibly more if we can work out a way of sorting things out. But again, that's all going to come with the renovations that are coming in. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've got here. I was meant to actually meet one of our builders here, because we're thinking about potentially, with the renovation as well, looking at ways to add value to it and create some space in here as well. So the way that it's laid out, it's actually quite big for a ground floor flat. And then also we've got 2 gardens at both sides as well, so which is a major bonus. So I'm thinking, and I'm going to kind of make a video as well and take you along with that, so you guys can see what our vision is. Let me just take this. So yo bro, so just making the video for you. So that was just a little video for the builder to let him know, because he was supposed to come around and then have a look and then show him whatever's what, but he hasn't been able to come around because he's got personal family situations going on. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna take back the paints that I bought because I don't actually need those. I'm going to leave the blinds in here in our stock cupboard, but after this guest checks out, and this guest is actually quite good, yeah, because he's been here I think about 3-4 times. He actually owns a bar down the road, which we need to speak to him about, because especially when we start doing our events and stuff like that, we definitely need somewhere to make sure that we can host our events and stuff. So gonna leave that in there, and then yeah, you've got a little mirror there as well. So yeah, I'm home now and we've managed to sort out quite a few things today. So all in all, it's been a productive day so far. It's only 1 o'clock, so that 7-night booking was actually technically an extension for someone who's already in there. So our VAs are already on the job to convert that directly. And then what else do we have? My dad actually called, asked me if I'm free. So one thing that me and Cindy are trying to do is make ourselves more available for the things that actually matter in our lives, such as looking after, being with family, spending time with family and friends as well. But more so family, because we've had, especially on the rise to when we started this, our journey in property, we had to really think about what was going to work for us. And there were certain, functions and meetups and stuff like that that we had to just turn down. And a lot of people, I already know it, a lot of people didn't really understand exactly why. Hopefully now they start to get an understanding, but I still think that not everyone really understands why sometimes we say we're not available, even though we might be at home doing what it seems like nothing, but we might be just strategizing, or we might just be doing so many other different things so that are valuable to the business. But then at the same time, we also want to make sure that we don't want to get to a point where when we're successful and when we get to the place where we want to be, there's no one to share it with. There's no family to spend time with. You know what I mean? So it's a juggling act, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So I'm going to be spending a little bit of time with my pops, and then we're going to head down to go and get the car, because as you probably know, the car has been in the shop sick for a while. So we've been borrowing a car for a little bit. So we just got this problematic guest, and it's just like they're saying that there's no internet in the house, and it's like, what, you checked in yesterday? There was internet then. That's how you're messaging me off. Anyway, let me not get distracted or get into that. So yeah, so I need to go and get myself freshened up and everything, and then we'll sort all of that out.
What you can do, you can start, for example, let's say to Cindy, say, look, Cindy, let's start, we order all new single beds, for example. Just you know how many single beds you have. So for example, let's say Padua, if you go, let's say.
So, it's been a very, very productive day. How was it for you?
Don't bring me into the vlog. I don't want to be in it.
She says she's too high maintenance. You lot don't deserve her. You have to pay for her. So yeah. What was the last thing that I left off on? So I went with my dad to go and pick up the car, because as you know, the car's been in this shop for the last, how long? About 2 weeks, maybe even going on 3 weeks. Yeah. Then guess what? Drove it down the road and it broke again. So now we've got to deal with that again. So it is what it is. We still got the replacement car. So we had quite a few things done today. The mould, as you know, as I took you around and everything like that. And what else? We had one of our guests was just being a menace and just chatting a lot of rubbish, and almost to the point where us and the cleaning team were going backwards and forwards about what was being said and stuff like that. So, but that's all sorted now. I think it's just one of those ones that you can't please everyone, and you also have to make sure that in this business, like, you're not being held to ransom as well, because a lot of people know that obviously our businesses run off good reviews, word of mouth, all stuff like that, and they might use that to their advantage. So as long as you put your foot down from early, stand firm, still be understanding and cooperative with whatever they're trying to get done, but let them know that, listen, you can't take the mick here. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think all in all, it's been a good day. I haven't really got anything else to kind of say to round this up, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.